Hello, my name's Fox. I'm Fox, and this is Skull Island. I totally didn't just record an entire review of this, and then it turns out I didn't record the... anyways, just, I guess, a quick reaction. I already seen this thing. I just saw it, and then, you know, whatever. Skull Island.
Where are we?
FYI, their names are not Charlie and Mike. That is Kirito from Sword Art Online Abridged, and this is Mako from Avatar Korra, from Korra, The Legend of Korra.
We're on Skull Island.
I love that croc. King Kong!
That is a big monkey.
And that is Amity Blight. It's the same voice actress. Same voice actress. It's Mae Whitman. Also, you know, Katara, but, you know, Amity Blight.
It's all my fault.
I'm probably have to lower the audio for some of this a lot.
Who had a stupid map and so stupid. He even told us we died.
Yeah.
Looking for the girl. And now there's guns.
I love Amity in this because she is a savage survivor cave wild girl, and it's so good. I love that. I love that character in like shows and stuff with a one survivor kind of character, and she does it really well.
Are all boys as useless as you?
Yeah, pretty much.
Welcome back. To his island.
I'm looking for my son.
Have you seen my dad?
Then be looking for the girl.
Yeah, she has a giant dog.
Right.
Lion dog, which I think is like the Chinese lion dog.
Is a giant man-eating monster.
Hell yeah. Also, that's Jake the dog.
I am the monster.
Oh, come on.
Kong, hell yeah. God.
We need to run.
I'm gonna talk more about this in a second. Can you survive?
We need to get off this island.
I want to hear this song. Skull Island. Answer is no. No, I cannot. Because, like, here's the thing. Drop me off in a forest. I think I could survive. I think I could survive, or at least last a few days. I feel like I could. I feel like I would try to figure shit out. I'd probably poison myself accidentally with berries. I'd have to learn how to boil. Well, I could probably figure out how to boil water easier than anything else. It depends on the material I have. I think I can survive. Draw me off at Skull Island, I will die within the first hour, probably. Like, this place is such a goddamn hell. And, like, here's the thing, like, Kong, like, the reason why it's not called Kong Skull Island, because one, there's a movie about that, but also because Kong isn't in this a majority of it. He, like, makes slight appearances, and then eventually, towards the end, like, he does make a few bigger appearances. And then eventually he hits an entire episode himself, which is the best episode in this entire show. But, yeah, like... Yeah, wait, hold on. I'd rather this isn't over.
This place, not Great Island.
But, yeah, so pretty much just so I can summarize everything real quick. Kirito here, which you might say, why are you calling him Kirito? He doesn't look like Kirito, and like that guy does definitely look like Mako, because you know, hold on, I literally recorded this whole thing already. Mako Avatar. Like, Let me see if I get it. Where's the triple shot? I feel like some of the like artists or something must have been like from working on Avatar or something at some point, because the designs remind me so much of them. Like, here's the thing. Like, let's see. Where the hell? Here we go. Especially this scene. It's goddamn Mako. I just realized I had a glyph. But it's Mako. Like, that's 100% Mako. And then Amity Blight here, which, ain't gonna lie, again, I love the girl. But
We need to.
let me see here. Alright, maybe if it's from a different angle.
Oh, come
A little bit right there, yeah. It's Kuvera. She's Kuvera. She's Kuvera with a tan. Like, that's how it is. And like, also like, there, like I'll say this right now, like there isn't really there is a bad guy. There's a bad guy, but it's not in the human characters really. And also, spoilers for the show. Go watch it. I highly recommend it. Go watch it. Big Monkey Godzilla. Or Godzilla here. But yeah. Pretty much what the entire thing is, Kirito, which I didn't even say that one. The whole thing with Kirito thing, like I was saying about the Kirito. Okay, summarized then Kirito. Kirito, Mako, and their two dads are on an expedition to pretty much like discover kaijus. Like the dad at one point in the past saw something in the water that was blue and glowing, and ever since then he's been wanting to find a kaiju or figure out what it was. Mako and his dad find out that I guess need outside funding and asked a rich benefactor to support it so they could find an island. Why does she want to find this island? If you can't, it's spoilers, I guess, but if you can tell from the her eye color and this girl's, their mother and daughter. Their mother and daughter, spoilers, and pretty much they got separated. This girl had to survive on her own for 10 years and pretty much survived with her dog kaiju, dog lion kaiju, or beast. I'm not sure what I would consider, like, if it's, like, smaller to be, like, a kaiju. But yeah, like this is a kaiju. That's a kaiju hawk. Also, let me just make sure this is recording. Yeah, okay. So, giant kaiju hawk. But yeah, like, and pretty much it's them trying to find each other. They got separated on the island, trying to meet back up, and then eventually meet back up. The mom is trying to catch her daughter. Her daughter's like, leave me alone. And the mom tries to get rid of the dog so that way they can actually talk. Because if not, the dog will probably kill someone. Because it already killed a few people because they were trying to attack. You know, all that stuff. I'm trying to think. And pretty much while this is all going on, while exploring the island, seeing how deadly it is, and like I even have a list of like all the different kaijus that kind of make an appearance. Because I meant to say pretty much Mako and Kirito, their boat gets sunken by some kind of sea kaiju. They get stranded on Skull Island, separated, and eventually they're trying to meet back up. Which again, there's this lady on that island also, and they're trying to find something, which turns out is the daughter. But the daughter was on another island, which she says like, "You have to come to my island, hurry!" When they're on the boat before the boat gets destroyed by the Kraken kaiju. And then like when they get to Skull Island, they're like, "Wait, this is your island, right?" And she's like, "No." I'm like, that's a good, like, you know, undercut of the thing. Like, oh, she's someone from Skull Island. It's like, no, she's not actually. She's not from Skull Island. And I like that. I'm like, all right, that's pretty neat. But I'm trying to think now with my brain. Oh, God. Sorry, I say that to try to like reorient myself. But yeah, Amity here. And pretty much it's them exploring the island and stuff like that. And it is in the MonsterVerse universe, and apparently we're gonna get a live action show, Godzilla show, which hell yes. But it's in the MonsterVerse universe, and it does even the storytelling that I love in the MonsterVerse universe, where for the kaijus, where one, episode 7 is really good because there is zero talking from Kong, obviously. There is from his like human friend that is there, which she's honestly kind of great. She's honestly kind of great. She speaks Spanish, which is kind of, I was like, okay. But, hold on a second. I need to check something. Okay. But yeah, she's kind of great. But, like, she stands up to Kong and everything. Like, you're in, like, just because you're bigger than me, I can't kick your ass. I'm like, that's kind of funny. Like like them teaming up and like stuff like it's really great, and like that episode is really good. There's not much there's not much talking. There's some talking, there's stuff there, but there's like more visual things where like, you know, Kong gets this girl mad after starting a fight that he shouldn't have started and nearly got everyone killed. So, but then like she doesn't want to hang out with him, so he brings her like a tree full of fruit, like, I'm helping. It's like, you just destroyed an entire tree that could have given us more fruit for it. Like, oh, damn it. Stuff like that. It's really funny. And it's good. I like the characterization that they do with Kong, which is kind of funny because MonsterVerse, at least Toho, doesn't want Godzilla to have any kind of, like, characterization, I guess, even though MonsterVerse has gotten away with it. Because they made it where, like, yeah, he's a bit petty sometimes, which is great. So, Godzilla is the Sasuke of this universe, where like he has maybe one actual friend, Mothra, and other than that, everyone else is like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of all of you. You better not cross me. Where Kong is more the Naruto universe. He has friends everywhere, from human friends to the giant hawk that kind of sits on his perch that flies around, tells him where there's danger on the island, to bringing him food so he can eat. And also like the visual storytelling. Also another thing of that is like when you see his island, where he lives, like, and it's like covered in murals of people worshiping Kong. Like when he walks by, people bow to him. Or even like, well, there's a one where the girl at one point says, you know, my king and stuff like that. I love that. That's cool. It says it where like, yeah, these are like pretty much the ancient gods, and I love that. And like even like where he lives, like I said, the depictions, which is very similar to like Godzilla's like underwater Atlantis where he was in the second movie, and like they found it there. Like it's so good. I love all this. Also in the novelization, apparently, Kong heard the roar from Godzilla saying like, you know, I'm the king, and he said, yeah, you stay over there, and I'll stay on my island, and we won't have any problems. Like, it's really good. And honestly, Kong, like, I never really, like, liked the idea of Kong. Like, oh, he, you know, they go to an island, they grab Kong, they take him to New York, he dies on things. It's like, okay, why do I care? Like, I don't know. It was always something, I probably would watch it now just for the stop motion, but, like, But I love the idea of keeping him on Skull Island, keeping him in his kingdom, showing why people were worshiping him. Glad they don't do the sacrifice thing, but yeah. I love that. They bring up even like kind of they bring up the Hollow Earth at one point. The whole theory about that we see later on is true. At one point, even like when they're crossing over a big void thing, Kirito looks down and says, it says there's a Hollow Earth down there, and Amity goes, oh yeah, you don't want to go down there, you'll get sick. And he's like, what? Like, and also another thing that's in this, comedy. Lots of comedy. Not in a bad way, though. I actually really like it. But, like, it is, like, points where it's something like, let's say, Kirito would say. Like, at one point where these two guys... Where is it? Oh, yeah, these guys.
We're looking for the girl.
When these guys do it, the line that Kirito says after is, they're looking for the girl. And he goes, oh, yeah? Well, there's a whole sorority of girls on the beach. They're playing volleyball, mud wrestling. It's very entertaining. Like... It's like if you watch Sword Art Online Abridged and you hear how Kirito talks, even just this voice actor sounds very similar to him. It's not the same guy. As far as seeing the voice like how he delivers the lines feels like that. Also, everyone's a smartass and everyone is actually smart in this. Where like at one point where everyone gets captured except Kirito, his dad, who's been pushing to find him, stops kind of bringing up about we need to find our son because Mako here's told him. Well, the lady who's kind of like she's kind of the leader of the mercenaries and like, but she's not really a bad guy. But she like feels like, you do realize I noticed that you haven't been like asking about your son or go find your son. So I can only assume you know where he is. So like I'm like, okay, no one's really dumb in this. Like they pick up on things and I would like that. That's really cool. Clifford's a kaiju. Oh yeah, they brought him at one point, Clifford the big red dog. It's like, Clifford's a kaiju. And I think that's a joke on the whole thing, Clifford being a kaiju. Also some of the monsters on Skull Island. Giant crabs, a diamond thing, the Kraken, which is actually a kaiju, the gator, the dog, which are again, I wouldn't say these are kaiju, they're big beasts, but I don't say they're kaijus. Giant ants, which you find sword in. And I also love one where they're stuck in an ant farm. And one, they're really cool just hanging out there. I'm like, I would be trying to get out of there as fast as I could. At one point, Amity goes, I know a magic trick. Lays on the ground and goes, help! And they're like, that's not a magic trick. And then dog comes in and just eats just like beats the shit out of the ant. And I'm like, that's funny. I love that. I love like the relationship between her and her dog. It's so good. The kaiju dog. It's so great. I love it, love it, love it. You like every girl, that's true. Also, Kirito has way more romantic relationship feel with his best friend than he does with Amity here, which I find really funny. Because at one point, even like at the very beginning, he's like, no, you're incredible. I mean, I lost steam. Like one, it was like a very Kirito way of saying it, but also like it was just like, I'm like, okay, I'm liking this. Hold on, sorry, just bring that up just in case. But it was very cool. I wouldn't say it was very cool. It's very funny because it's like, yeah, you have way more chemistry to that than the girl that like you're saying you like. I'm like, that's kind of funny. And also, she doesn't look like she cares about any of that. Which, yeah, like she's been on an island for 10 years by herself. But she does seem like she wants to learn, which is kind of cool. Have you seen the girl? No. Have you seen my dad? Who's your dad? Yeah, that was the whole conversation there. That was a funny one. Kaiju dog. Annie is voiced by Amity. Fights mercenary. Here's growling. All three hide together. Yeah, there's one where they're fighting each other. The two boys and like one of the mercenaries. They hear a growling and they all just hide in the bush together. Like, yeah, no, screw that. That's worse. Crap, hold on. Sorry. But yeah, like, yeah, I'm like, alright, that's kind of funny. Like, there's a lot of comedy in this, which I already saw it. I was like, they ruined it with comedy! It's like, no, they didn't. It was honestly really funny. And it felt like the abridged writers taking over. And not in a bad way. It was really good. And like, the thing is, there's a death count even in this. Like, there's a shit ton of people who just die from the wildlife and all that stuff. The many different strange creatures that can just kill you. It's really, really funny and really good. Oh yeah, at one point, Kirito tells Amity, like, Amity's like, I think I might be 17. And he's like, well, it's a very eventful year. And then Dog's like, I will kill you. Just looks at him, and I'm like, all right, hello, Dog. Infected cut. Kirito found a sword, which I thought was really funny. Did I bring up about the dad seeing Godzilla? I think that's the case. Sea monster. Oh, yeah. The sea monster also, like, the monsters all have personalities and, like, none of it's said or talked. For example, the Kraken that's in the ocean wants Kong's throne pretty much after it tasted some of his blood after the fight that happened that got this girl nearly killed and all that stuff. His human friend nearly killed. And I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say here. Oh, sorry.
We need to get off.
It's I'm trying to think. God damn it. It's like funny things, and it's funny they do it in a really fun, like, the kaiju's like, I want your throne. How does it say that? It throws a giant ass whale through the air over the island to then slam down in Kong's home, which I just found hilarious. Also, I'm like, that thing, as soon as it hit the ground, should have been just like everywhere. But yeah, I'm like, that's hilarious. And it's funny too, because then at one point, like, I think one of the characters asked one of the mercenaries, which also seems to be Amity's mom's boyfriend, who also lost someone. Like, they hint at things that, like, are to come. They go like, it threw a whale. Why did it do that? My running theory is it's a dick. It's his actual words. I'm like, that's great. Like, there's a bunch of snappy one-liners or jokes in this. I love it. Also, when like Amity says, like, her and dog got, like, you know, found each other after their dads killed each other. We then see also when Amity's makes a grave for her dad. It's a very tiny grave, which I only can assume that means that Amity, as a child, because all she had was like a plastic shovel, had to bury very small remains of her dad, maybe like a head. Also, humanity are wizards. At least we are. Because, like, I love in this too, like, the island girl wonders, like, what's beyond, what's out there. If people could fly planes here, what is beyond there? Like, I bet they could make machine people, or maybe even a machine Kong. And I'm like, you don't want a machine Kong. I'm sure that'll end badly. But also maybe that might be, like, hinting at Robo Kaiju stuff. Because that is a thing that was talked about in, or at least in, like, news articles for, Kong, is it God's, I think King of the Monsters, that they said Skull Island, there's, you know, robot kaiju at Skull Island, so maybe that might be a thing. We might even see at the point where Kong eventually gets put in the, like, cage there and, like, the storm comes to take over. Kong's blood woke up the monster. I am the monster is a really good line. Her crying. Oh yeah, the mom crying at one point when, like, the stress just gets too high. It's great. She's like, I need to tell you something. And then she's crying on her boyfriend. You can't go down there. You'll get sick. Also, another cool thing, a little detail. Eventually, Kong has to fight the Kraken. Which, I'll say this right now. With Godzilla, my boy Godzilla, if he can't slash or cut his way through something, I can then go, okay, he's probably going to use his atomic breath, and that'll either kill the thing or weaken enough to where he can then fight it. Pretty much how I usually see that. The only one he couldn't do that with is Mechagodzilla, because Mechagodzilla literally was made to counteract everything Godzilla could throw at him. That being said, Kong, when he's beating the shit out of something and, like, he runs out of things, it's just like, oh shit, what is he gonna do? I thought at one point Godzilla had to come and save his ass because he gets dragged to the bottom of the ocean at one point. And I'm like, yeah, like, how the hell are you gonna deal with this? Also, I thought gorillas couldn't swim, but whatever. But yeah, like, it's kind of funny, like, I'm like, okay. Alright, I gotta get that. And it's also, like, but it is cool because, like, we see Kong wielding weapons, like, you know, like, I think I shown, like, the bone knives that he'll throw them suckers, like, And eventually, you know, like in the movies, we'll see him with the axe. Like, it's really good. This show is really good, and I love seeing stuff like that with Kong. And again, like, another thing I really love about the MonsterVerse, too, is these guys are giant animals, while also being, like, these smart, intelligent animals. Where, you know, I don't know why I don't know why some people didn't like King of the Monsters. I really liked it. And they said, like, human characters are boring. I'm like, not really. Especially the dad who, like, recognizes, like, he's an animal. Like, he's looking at you and doing the boom, 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 boom thing to intimidate you. Show you're intimidated. Because if not, he's going to kill you. I love that. And same thing with Kong. Kong is an ape. Apes sometimes use tools. Like, it works so well. I like the playfulness of this character. I love seeing just Godzilla. I love seeing Godzilla fights that stuff too. But I like seeing Kong fights stuff. It's so good. The MonsterVerse is such a good kaiju universe, and I love it so much. And like, it adds so much more with like the lore and like seeing like, you know, that they were worshipped as gods and being told through a visual medium of just seeing like the writing on the walls. Like again, where Kong's home is, it's all just like pictures of him beating the shit out of, or his people beating the shit out of Skullcrawlers. That's how they kind of get the idea to make him fight the Kraken, which also that Kraken can reach literally from the ocean all the way onto inland to grab people and shit. That's how Jake dies. Jake the dog from Adventure Time. So like, it's like, I'm like, holy shit. But yeah, like, and seeing that stuff, and I love seeing like, yeah, that Kraken's probably an alpha kaiju. Also, the Kraken's design. Not that one. Love her though. Also, the Crocs, they were in there. It's freaking great. These are the different things. But the Croc design is really good. Here's this dude with... Kong just straight eats this dude. But yeah, this Kraken design, it's so good. Like, this is honestly one of the best, like, antagonistic Kraken designs. And I say that in the sense of, like, new designs. Because, like, Ghidorah, yeah, it's Ghidorah. But I'm not saying that in a bad way. I love all the designs for, like, the classic monsters. The other ones are a bit lacking for me. They feel like background characters. This feels like a big bad. He has, like, tentacles of octopus, but also squid tentacles. And, like, you know, the teeth. All this. It's really good, like, design. Kaiju design. It's really great. But, yeah, this show is honestly legit just awesome. The comedy is great. The characters are cool. They even have, like, the titles are sometimes jokes, like what is it, Doggone It, where it's like the episode where the dog gets taken by like the hawk. I like seeing like Kong is a different type of king compared to Godzilla. I like seeing where he just goes ape shit sometimes, no pun intended. I like seeing him have fun with like the humans on his island. It's great. It legitimately is a really good show. I recommend it. Go check it out. Monkey. But yeah, but I don't know. I'm not sure what much else I can add. Apparently there's going to be a Godzilla show coming soon, which hell yeah. I thought there was going to be an animated series of Kong in Hollow Earth, but I guess maybe that was actually just this. I don't know. I hope we see more stuff like this coming along because I love them. The Monster is probably my favorite like cinematic universes right now. It's so damn good. But yeah, so everything else below. Thanks for watching. 2 videos that I've done. Links to my Facebook to their videos. Just a quick thing, I guess. I'm not sure what else I can add. What the hell? How much more I could add to this? Oh, actually, let me actually tell you. To some of them, I did keep a log of all the monsters. Of like, there was the giant underground crabs, a diamond rock thing, bug thing, the Kraken, the gator, the dog, a cat, hedgehog, corn, a dodo, which they eat eventually, a giant, or the hawk, that's another kaiju, ants, flowers, snakes, vines, and then a skull crawler, which is another kaiju. Skull crawlers actually are pretty good antagonistic bad guys, I'd say. They're okay. The Mudos just feel like the aliens from Starship Troopers. But yeah, the show's great. I like this a lot. Tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching my videos. Anything I was late to this, like a few days. I'm like, God damn it. I'm like, wait, didn't the Kong movie show come out? I'm like, God damn it did like 5 days ago. Anyways, thanks for watching my videos. And also, this is why I probably didn't stream this day that I made this. But anyways, thanks for watching my videos. Hope you enjoy this. I honestly really like this. And tell me what you think. And we will see you later. I'm honestly excited. I hope, and also like just spoilers. Not really spoilers, but the ending of this leaves it to the point where as soon as you see the surrounding area, you're like, oh shit, and you're like, what the hell happened to everyone else? How are you gonna like? It's a really good like cliffhanger. Like oh my god. Also Godzilla and King Kong. It's actually Optimus Primal again, but you know, but do have Grimlock here, so.